Friends and viewers, Sir Francis Bacon, a famous Sir Francis Bacon, he had written a marvelous essays on different topics. So today I'm going to tell you about one of his best topic of one of his best essay. The topic is of revenge. It's an essay by Francis Bacon, written as a part of large work, Essays or Counsel, Civil and Moral, published in 1625. Bacon, a philosopher, a statesman, an essayist, was deeply interested in human behavior and the ethical dilemma that arise from it. Of revenge is a concise exploration of the nature of revenge, its consequences, and its moral implication. So, of revenge, let us come towards this. What this essay? The essay begins with a powerful assertion. Revenge is a kind of wild justice. This opening line encapsulates Bacon's view that revenge is a form of personal justice that operates outside the bounds of law and order. While it might seem to restore balance or correct a wrong, it is inherently chaotic and undermines the principle of civilized society. Bacon argues that a man who seeks revenge keeps his own wounds fresh instead of allowing time to heal the injury or insult. He continually revisited, keeping his anger and resentment alive. He suggests that it is a noble thing to overlook or forgive injuries, as it shows a personal strength and self control. Beacon further contends that public revenge, as in the case of punishing criminals or enemies of state, is often necessary for the common good. However, private revenge pursued by individual or personal insight is less justifiable. He acknowledged that certain acts of revenge may be excused if they are driven by a strong sense of honor or justice. But even then, such actions are fraught with danger and can lead to further conflict. He concludes by stating that in taking revenge, a man is, but even with his enemy, but in passing it over, he is superior. This suggests that revenge merely places on the same level as the wrongdoer, whereas forgiveness or the choice not to retaliate elevates a personal morally and ethically. So let us analyze this theme. First of all, the nature of revenge. Bacon, Sir Francis Bacon, characterizes revenge as a wild justice, implying that it is a primal, uncontrolled response to wrongdoer. This idea reflects the conflict between natural human instinct and the rules of society. By leveling revenge as a wild, Bacon underscores its irrational and destructive qualities. The second one of this theme, the consequences of revenge. The essay highlights the self destructive nature of revenge. Bacon suggests that those who seek revenge are consumed by their own anger and bitterness, which prevents them from moving forward in life. The act of revenge perpetuates a cycle of harm, keeping both the avenger and the target trapped in the state of conflict. The third point of this revenge is the forgiveness as a virtue. Beacon contrasts revenge with forgiveness, presenting the latter as a more virtuous and powerful response to injury. Forgiveness, in his view, is a sign of strength and moral superiority. By choosing not to retaliate, an individual transcends the base instinct that drive revenge and demonstrate greater wisdom and self-control. The fourth point, which is related to this essay, is the public versus private revenge. Bacon makes a distinction between public and private acts of revenge. Public revenge, such as legal punishment, is justified because it serves the common good and maintains social order. Private revenge, however, is seen as less justifiable because it is motivated by personal grievances rather than a sense of justice or duty. The fifth point involved in this essay is moral and ethical implication. The essay delves into the moral and ethical implication of revenge. Bacon suggests that revenge is morally questionable because it involves taking the law into its own hand. By advocating for forgiveness or the choice to pass over the wrong, Bacon aligns himself with Christian values, which emphasizes mercy and the rejection of vengeance. So, of revenge, this essay is written in a clear, concise, and direct style typical of Bacon's essays. The essay is structured logically, beginning with a general statement about revenge and then exploring its various aspects and consequences. Bacon used aphorism and memorial phrases such as revenge is a kind of wild justice to convey his ideas effectively. The essay is relatively short, yet it is dense with meaning, requiring the reader to reflect on the broader implication of Bacon's statement. Francis Bacon of Revenge is a thoughtful examination of motives and consequences of revenge, of portraying revenge as a wild justice that ultimately harms both the avenger and society. Bacon advocates for forgiveness and self-restraint as a higher moral virtue. The essay remains relevant today as it addresses the timeless human emotions of anger and the desire for retribution, while promoting the importance of moral and ethical reflection in responding to wrong. So this is the essay written by of Revenge by Sir Francis Bacon, who born in 1561 and he died in 1626, a famous man. Thank you very much.